Good morning. Welcome to the Thursday edition of Ellen White Speaks, where we share excerpts from the writings of author Ellen G. White. It is Thursday, April 11th, 2024. This is Pastor Vince Wilson. Thank you for waking up early with me once again for another edition of Ellen White Speaks. We are still in the book, The Three Angels' Messages, God's Proclamation for the Last Days, and we're still in the chapter called The Second Angel's Message. We've been discussing the second angel's message for quite some time, and I think we're going to be moving on to the third angel's message after today. The next time we come together after today will be Friday evening for the start of the Sabbath. Just after sunset, we will come back after today for another edition of Ellen White Speaks. It'll be the Sabbath edition of Ellen White Speaks. We do not meet on Friday mornings anymore for Ellen White Speaks. So as I said, the next time we come together after today will be on Friday evening, which will be the start of the Sabbath. So just after sunset Eastern time, we will have the Sabbath edition of Ellen White Speaks. But let's look at our quote for today. And again, it's coming out of the Three Angels' Messages book, chapter on the second angel's message. And this particular quote is entitled, "Kings, Presidents, and Religious Leaders Stirred with Anger." Kings, presidents, and religious teachers stirred with anger. She says, "The fallen denominational churches are Babylon. Babylon has been fostering poisonous doctrines, the wine of error. This wine of error is made up of false doctrines, such as the natural immortality of the soul, the eternal torment of the wicked, the denial of the preexistence of Christ prior to his birth in Bethlehem, and the advocating and exalting of the first day of the week above God's holy, sanctified day. These and kindred errors are presented to the world by the various churches, and thus the scriptures are fulfilled that say, 'For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.'" That's according to Revelation 18, verse 3. "It is a wrath which is created by false doctrines. And when kings and presidents drink this wine of the wrath of her fornication, they are stirred with anger against all who will not come into harmony with these false and satanic heresies that exalt the false Sabbath and lead men to trample underfoot God's memorial." That's coming from Letter 57, 1893, March 22nd. Also a testimony to ministers, 61 and 62. The next one comes from Second Selected Messages 68, June 11th, letter 16, 1893. And she says, "The wine of Babylon is the exalting of the false and spurious Sabbath above the Sabbath which the Lord Jehovah hath blessed and sanctified for the use of man, also the immortality of the soul. These kindred heresies and the rejection of the truth convert the church into Babylon. Kings, merchants, rulers, and religious teachers are all in corrupt harmony." So, friend, just based on these two quotes I shared with you, the thing that stands out should be the false and spurious Sabbath. Of all the 10 commandments, the one commandment that continues to be debated, argued about, even to this day, on this day in 2024, is the Sabbath. Which day is God's true holy Sabbath day? We here at this ministry believe that God's true holy Sabbath day is Saturday. That is the true biblical Sabbath. But then there are those who believe Sunday's the Sabbath. They may know and understand that the Sabbath was changed from Saturday to Sunday, but they still exalt Sunday above Saturday, and on it goes, friends. So again, of all the 10 commandments, it is the Sabbath that continues to be debated. There are many people who used to believe that Saturday was God's a true biblical Sabbath day, but they don't believe that anymore. And this is all the work of Satan. We understand that. Satan is dividing and trying to conquer God's people. There is division among God's people. amongst God's church, amongst Christians all over the world, there is this division concerning the Sabbath and other topics. But right now I'm talking about the Sabbath. So I just wanted to share those with you, and please reflect on those. And you may want to pick up this book, The Three Angels' Messages, and you should be able to find it at your local Adventist Christian Book Center, wherever you live. If there's one in your city, in your town, in your region, you should be able to pick this up at your Adventist Christian Book Center. You can go in person or you can order online. Just look for Adventist Christian Book Center online. Until the next time we come back together, friend, which, as I said, will be Friday evening for the start of the Sabbath, just after sunset Eastern Time, we will come together for the Sabbath edition of Ellen White Speaks. Until then, have a great Thursday, be blessed, and may the Lord be with you.